Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our journey toward English mastery. Today, we are diving into something incredibly exciting and highly practical. If you look at the screen, you will see our roadmap for today: Advanced Awareness in Tenses. Now, I know grammar can sometimes feel a bit dry, but I promise you, today is entirely about storytelling. We are going straight to the big picture here. The past simple, the present perfect, the past perfect, and the past perfect continuous all talk about the past, but each one has a unique, precise focus. Understanding the subtle differences between them is your secret weapon. It is exactly what helps you express time, sequence, cause, and emotion with absolute precision, turning you from a good speaker into a captivating storyteller. Let's jump right into the first section and compare the core tenses, understanding the real differences in meaning and how we use them. Imagine a timeline. When we talk about the past simple, we are talking about a completed action that happened at a very specific, definite time in the past. It is finished, over. The key signals here are words like yesterday, last night, in 2015, when, then, or suddenly. Look at our example. I visited Paris last summer. The action is done, and we know exactly when it happened. But what if the exact time isn't important, or the action still has a connection to right now? That is where the present perfect shines. This tense is all about actions that have a result in the present or happened at an unfinished time. It connects the past directly to the present. We use it for an unspecified time up to now, often using signals like already, yet, ever, never, so far, or recently. Our example is, I have visited Paris twice. We don't know exactly when, but the experience is part of who I am today. Now, let's step back even further in time. Enter the past perfect. Think of this as the past of the past. We use it to show that one past action was completely finished before another action in the past even started. Your key signals for this time machine are before, after, by the time, when, and no sooner than. Look at the example. I had visited Paris before I moved to Europe. Two things happened in the past: visiting Paris and moving to Europe. The past perfect tells us clearly that the Paris trip happened first. To really master this, let's look at the second part of our screen and compare these tenses in context using the exact same situations. First, let's talk about life experiences, like traveling to Japan. If you say, I visited Japan in 2019, you are using the past simple to state a specific time in the past. But if you say, I have visited Japan, you are using the present perfect to highlight your experience up to this very moment. And if you are telling a more complex story, you might say, I had visited Japan before I moved to Asia. Here, the past perfect clearly orders the events. Let's apply this to an achievement. She won the award last year is past simple, a finished time. But she has won several awards uses the present perfect to show relevance to right now. She is an award-winning person. Then we have the past perfect. She had won 3 awards by the time she turned 30. The winning happened before that specific past milestone of turning 30. Even simple action sequences change meaning. I missed the bus, so I took a taxi is just a sequence of past events. But if you call your boss right now and say, I have missed the bus, so I'm still dealing with the result, the impact is happening right now. Or, if you are telling a story later, you would say, I had missed the bus, so I took a taxi. The missing happened first, forcing the second action. Now, let's add some serious cinematic flavor to your stories with the past perfect continuous, right there in section 3. We form this with had plus been plus verb with an ing. We use this powerful tense to show that an action had been continuing for some duration before another action or moment in the past. It sets the scene beautifully. Look at the timeline on the screen. She had been waiting for 2 hours when the train finally arrived. You can feel the frustration, right? The focus is heavily on the duration leading up to the event. Let's look at the examples in context because they are fantastic for explaining cause and effect in the past. He was tired because he had been working all day before the meeting started. Why was he tired in the past? Because of a continuous action that happened before. By the time the guests arrived, we had been preparing dinner for 3 hours. She was nervous because she had been waiting for the results all week. Or think about a classic student struggle. I didn't understand the topic because I had been studying the wrong chapter. See how the continuous action directly impacts the past emotion or state? Let's put all of this magic together in section 4 with a mini story. Pay close attention to how these tenses weave together to paint a perfect picture. Last year, I visited a small town in Italy. That is our past simple, giving us a specific past action to set the stage. Then, I had always wanted to go there, and I had planned the trip for months. That is the past perfect, giving us the background and showing actions completed before the visit. Next sentence. I arrived at the train station early because I had been traveling since morning. We have a specific past action, arriving, caused by a continuous past duration, traveling. By the time I reached the town, the sun had already set. The sun going down happened before the arrival. Finally, I was tired, but I was happy because everything had gone better than I expected. We end with past emotions connected to the earlier successful events. As we wrap up today's session, look at the bottom of your screen and keep these final thoughts in mind. Be precise with your tense choices to express exactly what you mean. Connect your ideas to show the true relationships between actions. Tell better, more engaging stories by using these tools to inspire your listeners. Remember, this is not just about grammar rules. It is about communication with absolute clarity and maximum impact. So, take these concepts, practice them, apply them to your own life stories, and master them. See you in the next lesson. Welcome back, future English masters. I am so excited for this session because today is the day we take all that theory and put it into action. In our last lesson, we looked at the big picture of past tenses. And today, we are rolling up our sleeves and diving into the advanced awareness in tenses. Exercise answer key that you see right here on your screen. This is where the magic happens. This is where practice makes your progress permanent. Before we start breaking down these examples, look at the top right corner of your screen. There is a golden rule shining in that light bulb box. The key is the time and the relationship between actions. Always look for the clues. Keep your eyes on the focus box on the right side as a quick reminder. We have our past simple for completed actions at a specific time, like, I visited Rome last year. We have the present perfect for an unspecified time up to now or a present result, like, I have visited Rome many times. Then we have our time machines. The past perfect for an action completed before another past action, like I had finished dinner before he arrived. And the past perfect continuous for an action that had been in progress before another past action, like I had been studying for 2 hours before the exam started. All right, let's jump straight into section 1. Choose the correct tense. Look at the first sentence. By the time we got home, the movie had started. Notice the timeline here. Getting home is past simple. It is a finished action. But the movie starting happened before we got home. That, by the time, is your huge clue that we need the past perfect had started. Moving to number 2. She has been to Paris many times, but this was her first visit to Lyon. We use the present perfect has been because her trips to Paris are life experiences up to the present moment. But her visit to Lyon is a specific, completed event in the past, so we use was. Now for number 3, picture a tired worker. I didn't go out last night because I had been working all day. Didn't go out is a finished decision last night. Why? Because of a continuous, exhausting action that happened before that decision. So we use the past perfect continuous had been working. Let's keep this momentum going. Look at number 4. He had read the book before he saw the movie. Simple sequence. Reading happened first, past perfect. Seeing the movie happened second, past simple. The word before gives it away. Number 5 is a great feeling. They had cleaned the house by the time we arrived. Arriving is a past event, but the beautiful, clean house was the result of an action completed before we even opened the door. Number 6. I lost my keys, so I couldn't get in. A pure cause and effect in the past. It is a specific past event with a specific past result. Number 7. The sun had risen by the time we woke up. Waking up is past, but the sun was already in the sky. It happened first. Number 8. She looked tired because she hadn't been sleeping all night. Her looking tired is a past state, caused by a continuous lack of sleep leading up to that exact moment. Number 9. We had driven this road before, so we knew the way. Knowing the way is the past state, but the experience of driving it happened prior to that moment. And finally, number 10. I went to the gym yesterday, but I haven't gone today. This perfectly contrasts the two tenses. Yesterday is finished, so we use past simple, went. Today is not finished yet, so we use present perfect, haven't gone. Now let's slide over to section 2. Complete the sentences. You are going to love this part. Sentence 1 says, I had finished my work before I left the office. Again, finishing happened before leaving. Now, students, I want you to look very closely at sentence number 2. It says, she has lived in Canada for 5 years before she moved to Australia. As your instructor, I have to give you a secret warning here. Even official materials can sometimes try to trick you. If she moved to Australia in the past, the living in Canada happened before that past action. To be completely accurate, this should actually be, she had lived in Canada. Catching little details like that proves you are truly becoming an expert. Let's look at number 3. They had been waiting for the bus for 20 minutes when it finally arrived. The waiting was continuous and frustrating right up until the arrival. Number 4. I haven't seen him since we graduated from university. Graduated is a specific past point, but not seeing him is a reality that continues right up to this very second. Number 5 is like an action movie. By the time the police arrived, the thief had run away. The police are too late. The running away happened first. Number 6. He looked exhausted because he had been studying all night. Same logic as our tired friend in section 1. Continuous action causing a past state. Number 7. She had already eaten dinner when I called her. The word already combined with when screams past perfect. Number 8. We have visited many countries, but we have never been to Africa. This is all about life experience up to today, so it is strictly present perfect. Now, look at number 9 on your screen. It says, I had lost my wallet. I can't find it anywhere. Let's use our expert eyes again. If you say, I can't find it anywhere right now in the present, then losing the wallet has a present result. So just like I tell all my top students, make sure you understand the logic over the text. It really should be, I have lost my wallet. Correcting these on the fly is how you truly master the language. Finally, number 10. The children were happy because they had just finished their exams. They were happy in the past because of a recently completed action just before that moment. Let's move down to section 3. Put the events in order. This is a fun one. The sentences are: 1. She realized she had forgotten her keys. 2. She had left her house without an umbrella. 3. It started raining. 4. She opened her umbrella and ran to the bus stop. 5. She got to work and logged onto her computer. Now, if you read closely, you might laugh. She left without an umbrella. But then she opened an umbrella? Maybe she magically found one in her bag, or maybe she borrowed one. But let's focus on the amazing grammar here. She realized she had forgotten her keys. The realization happened in the past, but the forgetting happened before the realization. That is why realized is past simple and had forgotten is past perfect. This is how you build complex sentences in your storytelling. Speaking of storytelling, look at the middle box. It shows a fantastic paragraph weaving everything together. I had finished my project before my meeting started. Action before an action. I have worked on this project for weeks, and it has improved a lot. Connecting the past to the present state of the project. When I arrived at the office, my team had already reviewed the report. Past perfect, setting the scene upon arrival. They were happy because the client has approved our proposal. Present perfect, showing the very recent news that makes them currently happy. It is a beautiful dance of tenses. Let's finish strong with Section 4, the Storytelling Challenge. Imagine opening a book and reading this. When I arrived home, I was surprised to see that the door was open. Now look at how the model answer uses all 4 tenses to build suspense. I had been expecting my flat to be empty because everyone was away. Past perfect continuous, giving us the background feeling. I walked in and saw that someone had left the lights on and the window was open. Past simple actions, walked and saw, observing a past perfect action, had left. I immediately called the police. Past simple action sequence. While I was waiting for them to arrive, I checked the drawers, but I couldn't find anything missing. Past continuous and past simple. Thankfully, nothing bad had happened and I felt relieved. Past perfect, concluding the mystery before the past simple emotion. That, my friends, is how you tell a story. Look at the bottom of your screen. Practice makes progress permanent. Reflect on the logic behind the tenses. Apply them naturally in your speaking and writing. If you do this, you will achieve mastery. Awareness today means confidence tomorrow and fluency forever. Great job today. Watch this video as many times as you need, and I will see you in the next lesson.